This is the dimension of destiny, a 57-year-old world that exists within the framework of a game called Dwarf Fortress. It's not atypical, being the home of monstrous megabeasts, dangerous demons, fantastical fauna, and the four main intelligent races of goblin, elf, human, and dwarf. As the name may imply, dwarves are the main focus, and together we've already created 4.5, dwarven fortresses that have all succeeded wonderfully, within a specific interpretation of the word. Some might say the wrong one. But that all changes today. Today we embark on a brand new journey of...
Nah, I don't think so.
What?
I've got his legs.
Muscling on my series?
You asked me to.
I got his face.
Good work. Now, get him back in the editing pit. Let him breathe, Graham.
Oh,
Later,
sorry.
Flea. Not the pit. Not the pit.
Much better. Right, where were we? Kutam ilunu dies were mead. Welcome one and all to the 3 spatial dimensions in a trench coat, pretending to be one functioning pocket of reality, in a trench coat, that we all call the Dimension of Destiny. Today we find ourselves at the midpoint of this massive map of morons, monsters, malignants, and miscreants, looking to create a melting pot of dwarven might. A capital fortress with a capital F to catapult our capital capitulators into the captain seat of this pre-capitalist dimension. And we'll place it here, on the border between shrubland and savanna, giving us access to gold, silver, iron, copper, zinc, tin, lead, flagstone, and sand. All the basic requirements a growing dwarven superfortress needs. And we embark, brave dwarf men and women of the dreamy city, one of the larger dwarven civilizations, whose current capital city of tin prices is just begging to be superseded by us. Here, at Ugosh Kalyor, the Hollow Throne, strike the earth! And here we can see our 7 dwarves just finishing up after the ritualistic removal of the front right wagon wheel as a guard against the many misfortunes that can befall a new fortress, such as all dwarves gaining their senses and leaving for home on their functioning mode of transportation. These 7, despite of course being special in their own right, are not in fact important in a fortress sense. They are the vanguard, pioneers of a beautiful new vision that came to them all together in a dream some weeks ago, planted by yours truly. That dream is of course to create our dwarven capital, a jewel in the crown that is the dimension of destiny. But much more than that. With this series I would like to attempt to utilize all possible dwarven industries. Soap makers, wax workers, glass shapers, gilders, you name it. I want a space dedicated to it with guilds and factions and statues. Well, maybe not for gilders, but yes, everything. This fortress shall be the culmination of everything I have learned so far. A testament to my ability to shape and grow and cultivate. Stop laughing! To build a fully functioning, beauteous metropolis that will be the envy of every civilization on the... I said stop laughing! Oh bums, the traders have arrived and the dwarves have barely had time to unload the wagon. I guess we should meet the new outpost liaison. This 131-year-old trembling sack of joy known as Asmail Paytrax. That explains the bad mood, at least. She's got 2 lovers and disdains knowledge, so there's no point trying to explain to her why it's bad being wasteful. A rather impressive unibrow, though, which isn't surprising given that was the style in tin prices when she was a young 80-year-old. Don't worry, it's probably a wig. On to trade requests, and we're asking for clothing and fish, because it's going to take some time to get a textile industry up, and we've no fish to catch in the murky surface pools. Oh, and to anybody wondering, brays are those big floopy peasant shorts. I requested them so I'd remember to Google it at script writing. Thanks, future me. You're welcome, past me. Tin prices want meat and prepared meals. That would be because of Amos Bastion Silver, and we'll get to that problem individual later. For now, let's just thank Asmail for making the trek here and wish her luck on the return trip. And then to deal with you lot. Somebody throw up a trade depot! Well, with a rushed week of gathering, we managed to thrust a few fistfuls of twigs and leaves into some barrels, and our manager, Rovod Glazejungle, used his understated average persuasion skill to convince the traders that mud is a spice. The result is 280 units of trade goods to spend a small portion of, on hoping for better deals in the future. Now, I know they're just pixelated sprites, but can't you just see the disappointment? Bloody Amos. Oh, we've got some migrants. Only 3. Nil, Bembal, and this dwarf here, Erib Wash Trumpet. Her grandfather had a reputation. 3 is not the number I would have hoped for, and why are they all stood on the edge of the map? Maybe we should have a listen in.
Go on, Erib. Go take a look.
Okay. I don't like it.
Me neither. But remember what she said.
Yeah, meat and...
Look out! False alarm.
You're twitchy. Meat and fish as far as the eye can see. Gold and silver and iron.
An unoccupied seat of power. Just waiting to be claimed.
The hollow throne. And I still think it's a bedtime story. It's like the ones my mum used to taste.
You've got no...
I saw he must.
Fantastic. So this is the place. Riches await.
Brilliant. I'm so bloody thirsty.
Wait. We need a plan.
And of course this would all be about Amos. I guess we can't wait anymore. Here she is. Amos Bastion Silver, a competent fisher dwarf with a less than steady hand on the tiller of the little boat Sanity. Of all the dwarves affected by my suggestion to come to the Hollow Throne, she was the most compelled. Known now all throughout the dreamy city as that woman who jumps out of dark alleys and shouts meat at you, dwarves are a very literal people, Amos filled the few weeks whilst we prepared with telling anybody who would listen, and a good few people who tried not to, about the hoard of food and wealth to be found in the prairies beyond the common hills. It goes this way sometimes. My godly influence being as powerful as it is, some dwarves are just not capable of beholding me and staying sane. As a dwarf, Amos is not inclined to the abstract, and so with a new burning belief of greatness just within grasp here, she works her craft with all the strength she has. Sadly, she is a fisher dwarf, and as previously mentioned, we have no access to life-holding waters on the surface, so she is at a loss. Though this isn't getting her down, as she is of course not easily depressed. She is cheerless, and if all of this is painting a picture in shades of brown and grey of a paper bag on a stack of unfiled tax forms, well, that wouldn't be far wrong. This mild bout of insanity is the most interesting thing to happen to Amos ever. and the most interesting she's ever been. We can't leave her babbling into the berry bushes, though, so I've decided we're going to expand her horizons with a new vocation. Vermin catcher! We've got a brand new vermin catcher's shop going up outside the workman's dorm and diner, and once some traps have been made, we'll get Amos catching and then training the cute little critters we've seen bouncing around our dwarves' legs. Then here she is at it now. No, those are seeds, Amos. No, those are seeds too. No, nearly, but they do need to be alive. Yes, still seeds. Good me, let's listen in. Nothing in the barrels. Wait, no, there's seeds again. Try down here. Ah! Oh, no, that's dead. Aha! Oh, no, seeds. What about up here? That's a flower. Oh, maybe... No, it's still dead. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Yes, well, that's just helped prove I wasn't lying, hasn't it? Do your best, Amos. Sound the alarm! There's monkeys in our midst! Oh, good me, what a quick and surprisingly effective response by our dwarves! We're seeing the simian smackdown from above the head of our new hastily elected militia commander, Toulon Tixarrow. The same Toulon Tixarrow banned from every tavern and dance hall in tin prices for attacking any Shizak player that times the bells with a non-regulation tickler. He makes a much better commander than Musical Critic for those violent tendencies though, so we're glad to have him. And would you look at that, we're clear of langurs. Great job, dwarves! And we've more migrants. Godin, Olin, and Shorast. Oh, Godin would appear not to want to be near to the other two. Hardly surprising. Godin Armorvolt is an accomplished weaponsmith, the youngest grown daughter of the famous Armorvolt smiths of Cassiterite Hill at the deeper end of tin prices. Whereas Shorast was just paid by Godin's family to carry her bags, and Olin was snatched by goblins as a child and grew up, different. I think it best I wait until Olin settles in before going into more detail. Don't want to turn you all off him before he has the chance to worm his way into your affections. And I'm sure the three of them won't spend too much longer at the map edge. Hopefully. Well, the langurs made one thing clear. We can't keep storing our things on the ground. So, on top of the dorm and diner, we've now got a multi-story storehouse and a small shack for our turkeys and horses. At the D&D now, you can see the feathery fruits of Amos's labours. 2 fully tamed, beautiful blue jays set into fancy hazelwood cages to entertain the dwarves at their rest. And that's not all. Taking a look in the animal traps in the storehouse, we can see many containing soon-to-be-tamed hedgehogs. And, though not pictured here, we also have dragonflies and, intermittently, rats. The cages are made of wood, and rats tend to gnaw through, you see, but Amos is still catching them. Oh, but no time for that now. It's been a whole year, and Asmel is back. No, please, not this again. Aha! Thank me. Yes, come on in. We have none of the things you asked for. Skipping her request for cut gems and crowns, bloody ridiculous, we'll go straight to trading and... with the animals, a couple bowls of salad masquerading as roasts, and a fair amount of alcohol that our dwarves overproduced, because I didn't close my if statements, we've got 1,936 trade units to play with, and that'll get us some clothing, meat, and fish. Good trading with you, and Anus Eshon. Aha! We've more migrants. No, it's just the one. Ablil covered wires, a young but talented gem setter. He's a bit of a brawler. He was brought up in an all-gingers convent, you see, and it was understandably difficult to be the odd one out. They did attempt to help him blend in, but sadly no amount of hydroot dye could hide his umber shame. He's very hairy. Yes, he had an awfully hard time of it. And as for friends, well, he had nuns. Oh wait, no, there are more. Oh dear me, quite a few more. All told, we're up to 19 dwarves. Not bad for a 4-turkey town. Oh, and we've got langers again. We'll follow this specific one in the hopes that we don't miss the action. Seems safe for now. Oh, there we go. Nice work, dwarves. Yeesh, flatten that langer good and proper. Oh dear, that attack didn't go quite as smoothly, however. Seems like Bemble, one of the 3 from our first migrant wave, has had a couple of bites taken out of him. The langer seems to have in fact eaten his entire shirt. Well, that explains the poor mood then. I don't know anybody that enjoys being stripped and chewed by a troop of simian assailants. Well, okay, Bomb-Wreck bristle-rasped. But I have it on good authority that it was less appealing as a reality. I wish I hadn't said peeling. And here's the damage report. Right upper arm cut open. Right upper arm dented, along with the left lower arm. And not the best news in a fortress with no hospital and no potable water. Get some beds ready. I have an idea. And here it is. A quick and dirty, emphasis on dirty, hospital placed into the 2nd floor of our storehouse. Sometimes I shock myself with my ingenuity. Now, yes, we're still waiting on water to clean wounds, but if he gets thirsty, there's nothing wrong with his legs, so he can go down to the D&D. At the very least, he's not going to die from something as stupid as being sexually assaulted by dog-sized monkeys now. Finally. I've been getting our dwarves started on the entrance to the Hollow Throne proper, and with that I thought it probably best we find the aquifer for Bemble. Well, no joy there, but we have discovered the first cavern layer, and blow me down with a feather if it doesn't just contain water. Now, I don't want to just throw ourselves into the caverns willy-nilly, so we'll get a bridge constructed across this gap, and hopefully nobody will get their heads unscrewed by a troglodyte. Well now, so far no worry on the troglodyte front, but this magnificent beast has made its presence known, and you know me, I just had to get to drawing. This is a first for me, never having yet seen a Drouther. That I remember. Check the comments for squirrel confirmation. And I'm very hopeful that we can capture a few and get up a breeding program at some point in the future. Ah yes, and it's helpfully showing off the shoddy work I did with keeping the dwarves safe. Oh, but at least it's going to show the... Wait. Nope, I guess not. Yes, probably best you don't. Wait. Oh? Will she? It seems like it. Yes, through the ramps and onto the pyramid. Careful now. Oh, and bolted for the surface, where the midwinter sun drives her into a conflict with what appears to be a pile of leaves. Yes, what a majestic creature. Thick as concrete custard, but dwarves are used to crackpot majesties. Oh, and would you believe it? Amos has found her promised land. Who could have guessed that it would be beneath her feet this whole time? Well, yes, of course, me. I set the whole bloody thing up. I was being rhetorical. Ah, but look at her. An equally competent fisher and trapper. This fortress is going to work. Just before we end things, I wanted to give you a good look at the pyramid entrance that the Drouther ran through. Just below the steps here we have 2 layers of first dirt, then sand, before the top of the entrance. The plan is to cut out all layers above to leave the pyramid open to the surface, with 4 cardinal towers to the outside above, with bridges leading into the staircase in the middle. It shall be easier to show you than tell you, so for now, just trust that it will look amazing. But with that, it is time to wish you... Hang on, what's this? Oh my me! Ablael, our unfortunate brunette, and Godin, our prim and proper heiress, have just gotten married. Well now, this explains everything. The Armorvolt family have long been vocal supporters of the Carrot Top Convent with its Sisters of the Copper Habit, and Godin and Ablael must have met and fallen in love during the community outreach programs. They couldn't own up to it at tin prices. Godin's family would never allow it, and technically Ablael was a male celibate woman, so the only option left to them was to elope. Okay, future phlegm here, and I must admit to a little boo-boo. Ablael did in fact marry a Godin, just not Armorvolt. I'm afraid I got a little too excited at the prospect of such juicy gossip, and jumped to conclusions. The Godin he actually married, Godin Lobsternets, came in with him in the same migrant wave, and was in fact the doctor he frequented to repair the damage from his nun-inflicted injuries. I figured you'd all enjoy laughing at my mistake, so I left it in. Where better than that new crazy frontier of hope and dreams, that whisper on the wind, of the Hollow Throne? Well, I'm running this show, so probably bloody anyway, but I still wish you two the best of luck, and can at the very least promise you this perfect time right now shall never be marred. Oh damn, did Bemble just die? Well, that's not on me. You decided to have your wedding in the hospital. Ah, you're both doctors for some reason. Where's the corpse gone? Oh good, it's in the butchery corpse stockpile. Probably a good point to stop for today. I hope you all enjoyed this first taste of our new series. It was supposed to be released after a short hiatus, but we were all just so excited to get it started that any idea of a holiday went by the wayside. See how good we are to you? But yes, thank you all for watching. If you've made it this far, then I'd say we've probably earned a like and subscribe, and why not throw some requests or ideas down in the comments too? Interactions might just convince YouTube to stop giving my video impressions to 80-year-old German women just finishing up a knitting tutorial. I have little faith, but it can't hurt. And as always, look after yourself, and I shall see you again next time. Anus Ashon, you most wonderful of individuals. Anus Ashon. Right, first one done. Yes, and I think it was a roaring success.
It's too bad we had to take John to the pit the whole time.
Yeah, we were barely in it. Yes, a roaring success.